Puppy is somewhere. There he is. Oh, what is up with this camera of mine? I don't know, maybe it's just absolutely filthy. Try and clean it. I don't even know where the camera is. Well, okay. It's just going to be blurry. I'm sorry. It's probably dirty and filthy. And I don't know what's going on. And okay, so here's what's been going on. Okay, this is why I should make videos more often, because I don't want to say that I get nervous, but I feel like, who the hell do I think I am to make any videos? I mean, please. Please. I'm just nothing. I'm not an authority. I don't have... I mean, I've run into that, actually. Because I had an idea for books that I thought would... Well, first of all, they still have not been done. It's still an original idea. By the way, very rare. It wasn't completely original. It was capitalizing on, like on the shoulders of giants type stuff. But what I came up with has not been done yet. Oh, now it's focusing. What is up with this camera? I don't know. Anyway, and when I tried to do it, they were literally like, well, you don't have a PhD, so we can't say that you're an authority, even though you came up with the idea and you're doing all the work. So here's the deal. How about you be the ghostwriter? And we're going to give credit to a person. We'll set you up with somebody who actually does have a PhD. They'll get the credit. They'll get a good chunk of the money. Your idea will be out there. It will be verified by somebody who has a PhD, who's interested in making money and agrees with your idea and lets you do all the work. And I was like, yeah, no. All right. It's cooler than I thought out here. I'm like going to start shivering. All right, here's what's been going on. Work has been nuts. And I went on a mini trip, which was, while I was on it, not great. But, I mean, it really wasn't great. It was, I went to Boston, and it was the same issue as when I went to Philadelphia. I've just known... Uh-oh, here comes a car. It's probably a cop. Come on, Poppy. I've just known too many places, so trying to find someplace new was really difficult. Did I actually find someplace new? Well, I ate at new restaurants. Okay, I guess that counts. But I didn't, and actually I was talking to my son halfway through. I don't know what's up with that car. I do not know what's up with that car. Let's just hang out here for a minute, Pops. Wherever you are, off in the forest. By the way, can you hear how crazy that river is? I think they're just parking for the night. Anyway, I am very glad that I took the mini break. And actually, one of my former coworkers who had left was picking up some shifts because it's Christmas time. And because they're like working at a school where they actually closed because it's winter break, and so they have more time. So they're like, what are you up to? And aren't you going on a trip? And I was like, I just came back and my next trip isn't, like, I don't have one scheduled until March. I was literally said, oh, you're going to be like a total bitch if you don't get another trip in between now and March. I was like, I mean, oh my God. I mean, one, yeah, probably. Two, no worries. I'll probably have another one scheduled. Three, holy shit, somebody like knows what's going on. Oh man, Poppy went under that porch. Hey Pops, how about you come out from under there? Oh man. Oh, he's coming out the other side. Come on, Poppy. Maybe there's a rake in the way. He's coming out. Come on, Poppy. Maybe he'll come. Maybe he won't. I don't know. I'll find him at some point. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm scattered. I'm cold. I'm afraid I'm going to be judged. Duh. That's like my usual. Because I do hear often, and I don't want to like muzzle people, but I do want to say I hear you and I get it. I understand. People have different experiences. My experience is going to be radically different from other people. For instance, I think most people with avoidant personality disorder have not really found things that work in their life to make their life better. I mean, that was just freaking bizarre. That somebody who is just a coworker, who's not a friend, what is this cat doing? At least he's out from under that porch. I mean, for somebody from the outside who does know me better than like an acquaintance, it's a work or former work relationship, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, can tell totally from the outside that it affects me positively to this extent. Now, I mean, on the one hand, have I said that 8 times yet? Is this a drinking game yet? I mean, it's near Christmas. If you need an excuse, whatever, do it. Oh, I like their little deer. And I don't know what's going on with it. That's a real tree? It looks just like the deer. That's wild. It's just the lighting. Anyway, it's validating that somebody who is so not involved in my life has no idea about my diagnosis or what I'm going through. Puppy is still coming. That it's that obvious. It's like I'm not just making this shit up, even though that's what it feels like all the time. I make these videos, it feels like I'm making shit up. Now, what I plan to talk about, what I probably will eventually talk about, is this pendulum effect. Again, I made that up. I mean, it seems like a good theory because I tested it and it's held up. However, have I tested it rigorously? No. Have I had anybody else corroborate it? No. Has anybody else done any sort of experimentation to come up with the same results? I don't know, but I'm not aware. I made it up. Please don't forget that. Okay, if you're hearing this pendulum theory is like set in stone and it's like the real deal. Again, I don't have a PhD. I've never done any sort of research on it. I just know that it really, really applies in a lot of cases with a lot of people. And, it's almost universal as far as I can tell with people with avoidant personality disorder. And for me, and again, a lot of other people I've talked to, having sort of a label to describe what's going on is comforting, to know that you're not uniquely weird, which is how I used to describe myself. I'm not unique. There's nothing unique about me. It's relatively common. I mean, it's not like super common, but it's not uncommon. It's not unheard of. It's not rare to have avoidant personality disorder. It's not rare to have this sort of pendulum back and forth thing. And it's not rare that if you go too far, that you really bounce back too far. And it's not rare that if you sort of exercise this, whatever it is that works for you, within certain limits that sort of your psyche places on you, that it has a lingering effect. Okay. So I went on this little trip, went to Boston, I stayed at a casino. I've heard a lot of people going, ugh, I hate casinos. You know what? I hate casinos. But you know what? If you want to be completely anonymous, but be around people, man, tell me where else you can go. Because you'll be around a ton of people and they will not give two shits about you at all. They don't even acknowledge your existence because they're so focused on the money situation in front of them. Unless they get busted and they run out of money, then they really want to talk to you. And oh my God, recognize that and run. But seriously, if you have that itch to be around people, oh, this is where the ghost is, right? Is it here or is it there? I hear nothing but the river. So wherever it is, a ghost. Anyway. I did suddenly hear knocking. Just 2 knocks, so, and then I heard Poppy. Anyway, let's get back to this. So I went to a casino, and I went to a few museums. No, I don't have the pictures up on Instagram yet. I will get them up on Instagram, because of course I immediately came straight back to work. Straight back to life. Straight back to stress. Radical different lifestyle. And I do get that part of what's going on with me could just be that I really am living a different lifestyle. I'm staying in a hotel room. I don't have cats crying at me. I don't have responsibilities. I eat in restaurants. I don't cook my own food. Do you hear that? Okay, let's go hang out with whatever. Someday a fisher or something is going to jump out of these woods and freak me out. Watch. No, nothing. It sounded like a woodpecker 5 seconds ago. It's the weirdest woods. And there's no wind at all. And where'd my cat go? See? There's no wind. What the heck? Anyway, good night, ghost. Hello? I'm sorry, I think that's hilarious. I'm not saying the ghost is hilarious. I'm saying, what the heck? What the heck? That's not a ghost. Tell me what it is. Because look, I gone past it. Do we hear anything at all? No. All I hear is the river. It's so weird. I want to find out about it. It's probably like, have you been to these, strange sensory houses where it looks like you're walking up, but you're actually walking down, and they put like a bottle on the end of what looks like the lower end of a table, and it rolls up just because of the angle of everything. Come on, Pop. It's got to be something like that going on in there. But anyway, there was the ghost, hardcore, going to town. So here's the deal. Work was terrible going into it. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I can't. I was really like, maybe I'm sick. Maybe I picked up coronavirus again. I mean, seriously. I was just, not feeling it. Could not do the work. And almost immediately I was like, complete turnaround once I actually started work and dealing with people. And I'm like, the hell? I mean, physically, I felt like garbage. Like, I felt like there was a weight on my chest and it was hard to breathe and it was easier to hold my breath than to take a breath. That's why I'm saying, hey, is that the coronavirus? The hell? Anxiety and stress is what that was. And once I started work, doing the same old stuff that I've been doing, interacting with people, it's like it loosened right up and went away. I'm like, what the freaking hell? So I'm less stressed now working than not working? No. I'm waiting for this thing to run out of time on me. And the other thing is, it does help, I think, that the work was far less stressful than normal. Our volume is going down. It's getting closer to the holidays, so we're getting less and less, jobs, is how we put them. And so it is annoying dealing with newer people who think they know what they're doing and don't. Oh, that confidence. Oh my God. I just don't understand that. People who are like going blind into a new job and are just like, I know everything. And like, I can actually teach you how to do this. And it's like, what? No, you're wrong. You don't understand. But they're so confident and so hell-bent that they know that you can explain to them like 6 times in a row, and they're just gonna, it's like they have very stickly, wow, look at that. Listen to the river. That's the river. Crap, I'm glad I don't live down there. They have very sticky neural pathways and super confident. They think they know what they know. So they keep bouncing back to their original assumptions instead of actually following what the protocol they actually should be following is. It's annoying. But I don't really deal with new people very much. It's only like emergency type situations. I wonder where my cat is. We're probably going to get run over by this car. It's probably a cop. It's always a cop. Not a cop. I don't think. I mean, they do have their brakes on. They are going twice the speed limit. I wonder where my cat is. And yes, this means they're going to do this stupid construction up this road too. God help me. All the roads are getting ripped apart. Anyway, new employees, totally annoying, just like everybody else has to deal with. The workload being dropped down. I mean, it's like, that means I'm not going to make as much money as I was making. But then again, less work. And for some reason, oh yeah, I know what it is. I just went on a trip. That's cool. Tonight, I get stuck in a conversation with my boss. Now, my boss is the type of person that likes to laugh. And, God, this feels... What? It's Perry. All of a sudden there's Perry. This feels like I'm about to brag. I'm not really. It's just how I am. And, I'm a decent storyteller. It's just a fact. I've got degrees to prove it. You're listening to me now. Come on. Sometimes stories are humorous. There's Perry on his 3 legs, acting very weird in the middle of the street. What are you doing, Perry? You ready to go home? Let's go home. And here's Poppy. Pansy, of course, I better be in the house. Percy, I haven't seen for a little while. He's been at his other house. He has some other home. I'm convinced of it. Perry is like acting affectionate because he's seen me walking up the street. He found me. He's also got a super poofy tail, which means he was upset for some reason. Anyway, back to what I'm actually supposed to be talking about, which is the effects of doing this trip, pushing myself out of my normal boundary. By the way, in case you're wondering, yes, I won in the casino. I put $20 in a slot machine, and when I left, it was over 80. The point, doing that it was test. I wanted to see it was actually accurate, that if you're playing on the slots, they give you free drinks. And they do. I got 2. I got 2 drinks and made $60. Damn, I can understand why people get addicted to gambling if that's how they treat you in a casino. But I did take my winnings and walk away, so I guess I'm not addicted to gambling. And it was because I got like a $17 win, and then I got a $42 win on a 60-cent bet. Wow. I don't know. I guess I'm good at it, or I'm really lucky, or I don't know. Whatever. It does not need to be repeated. But at work during the slowdown, I was talking to my boss, and like she was laughing, like really legitimately laughing. And there was a part of me that was bracing because I've heard it before. I hate this phrase. I've heard it so many times. Not like a lot of times, but I've heard it more than once. Still waters run deep. And I'm like, oh my God. That means that somebody suddenly has learned something about me, which means that they thought they knew, which means they were judging me. And now they have to judge me differently because they found out this information, which is usually that if I'm telling a story and there's possibility of a humorous element, then I can just toss it out there and I might be funny. Oh my God, I've been told that. I'm like, what? You're funny. Did you know that? You're funny. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with these people? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that like sticks with me. Like I've got to think about this some, and I don't want to. What the fuck? I didn't hear that though. Thank God. It's like, okay. So I don't have to like dread talking to my boss. Hey, Pear. She's right there. She didn't say that terrible thing, but I might hear some equivalent of it in the future. I don't know. Pretty awful and horrifying. And that's what happens after I come back from a trip. I was actually told by another coworker that I seem to be more chatty than normal. Like, yes, I went on a trip. Duh. And if you don't want to hear me being chatty, then you know when I go on a trip, it's like on the schedule, avoid me. Easy. So I have to forget about work, which is good because I actually took another day off. Can you believe it? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean I won't be called in to work. I mean, come on. Nobody showed up. We've got a queue that's 60 miles long, and please, will you please help? Which I will probably do. Also, my boss told me that another of my coworkers is very annoying to her. Which I guess bodes well that I heard that, but I mean, I could rip that apart for like, oh, what is that judgment? The judgment is that I'm not annoying, or else she wouldn't have said that to me. That I'm trustworthy, or else she wouldn't have said that to me. That, oh my God, she judges my co-workers, which means she's also judging me. Oh my God. It's pretty terrible. Anyway, this is the effect of going on a trip. And that's life. So I'm making a video too, which means I really am chatty. Right, Perry? Tell them, am I chatty? I don't know. Is it a pendulum thing? I don't know. I don't think I was gone long enough for it to really be a pendulum thing. I think it was just like I got goosed. Like, here's some energy. Maybe I should try places that are really close. And try to recreate the lifestyle here. I don't know. I know that would work. I wish there were pop-up places. When I was in Denver, I was very impressed that there was a pop-up Halloween bar. The thing is, if they have pop-up places like that, it's probably they redo them and it's the same people, and they just do a new theme every whenever. And if that's the case, then it would not work at all to go to pop-up places. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm trying. What can I say? I'm trying. I really wish I could distill this into like an algebra problem. Because algebra problems you can solve and you can get an answer, and even if it's like a range, you've got an answer. Do this equals this. But that's not what this life is about. So what I should do, I hate that word should. I made an entire video about how terrible that word is. What I should do is sort of just ride this and not worry about how long it's going to last, what the effect is, blah, blah, blah. Forget about the future and live in the moment. One of my neighbors. I can't get this thing to go. Has put a kitchen sink outside. Very weird. Very weird. Anyway, it's starting to get chilly again, which means that all this water that's everywhere, this mist, this moistness is going to turn to ice. And I'm really not interested in ending up, splayed out on the pavement. So I'm going to end this and get in the house before I get taken down by the ice. Here comes Perry. He's running at me. Can you see him? Still can't see him. Anyway, that's what's going on. See how long this lasts. Maybe I'll give you an update and let you know. Bye.